Mobile gaming has revolutionized the way that millions of people play games, introducing new genres of games and making games more accessible to everyone around the world. Mobile games have existed since the very first mobile phones ever came out, and the space has changed and gone through many eras through the last couple of decades. And with this much change in the industry, hundreds of thousands of games have come and gone, with many of them becoming lost media. That's right, welcome to the fourth part of the mobile game lost media series. Today we've got some fun ones and I'm sure you'll recognize a couple of these games. Before we get started, if you have any suggestions for games I should cover in future videos, please leave them in the comment section down below because I do read the comments and it's very likely that the game you suggest will be included in my next video. But without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with our first game on the list, Five Nights at Freddy's AR. This was a mobile game spin-off of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise that made use of augmented reality technologies to turn your house into a Five Nights at Freddy's map. The aim of the game is basically to fend off the animatronics that walked around your house through various methods like zapping them or shining a flashlight in their face. This game was quite interesting because it was the first Five Nights at Freddy's game that was truly designed for mobile, and it wasn't just a port of a PC game. It was only made for the phone and it took advantage of features like the gyroscope and the camera to give you an immersive augmented reality experience. This game launched in 2019 and was unfortunately taken down in 2024. The problem with this game was that it relied heavily on an internet connection and it needed to connect with the servers to download content. With the game being taken down, its servers were also taken down along with it. This means that even if you were to get the APK or IPA files for Android or iPhone respectively, you would not be able to use them as most of the content of the game would be unavailable. This renders the game mostly lost as there is really no way for most people to access the game. It's quite a shame though, since this game was a pretty cool twist on the franchise. I personally played the game back in 2020 and I thought it was pretty fun, but I didn't really play it for that long, so if you did, let me know what you think about Five Nights at Freddy's AR. The next game on the list is one that a lot of people should recognize. This is Minecraft Story Mode for mobile. I'm sure we all know what Minecraft Story Mode is. It was a very popular game back in the mid-2010s and pretty much every Minecraft YouTuber was either playing it or talking about it at the time. It was basically the Minecraft movie before the Minecraft movie. But anyways, this game actually had a mobile port and it pretty much lasted as long as the other versions of the game lasted, coming out at around the same time and getting removed from the App Store in 2019. Now the thing is, when Telltale Games, the creators behind Minecraft Story Mode, ended support for the game, they ended it for all platforms, so it pretty much became lost on every platform for a while, but on mobile it remained lost the longest because it was more difficult to archive than other versions. It wasn't until 7 months ago, around 5 years after the game was taken down, that the game was actually successfully archived for both Android and iOS. Like Five Nights at Freddy's AR, this game required online downloads, but with the way that the developer set it up, it was much easier for players who had previously installed all the episodes and content from the game to archive it and upload it to the internet. Now the process of actually getting the game on your device is more difficult than just installing an IPA or APK file. You actually have to go into the folders of your system and paste different files in different locations. Despite this, I'm glad that the game was archived, but now that I think about it, I remember a Netflix version existing as well. Now that one is definitely lost because I don't think you can really archive Netflix games, but let me know if you played Minecraft Story Mode specifically on mobile. I will admit the next game is not really lost media, but I came across it while I was researching for this video and it really brought me back, so I thought I'd mention it. This is Tasty Planet. It's a game where you basically start as a bacteria that is meant to serve as a cleaning solution. And the way you clean is by eating dirt and other particles. The thing is, the scientist who invented you did not realize that you would get bigger each time you ate something, and at one point you get so big that you eat the entire world. This game came out around 2011 and some of you, if you're old enough, may remember playing this game. Me personally, I did not play the mobile version as a kid. I actually remember playing the desktop version, which you can find today on those sketchy game websites like Poki. I must admit it is starting to show its age, but it's got me thinking of a new series that would be called something like Forgotten Mobile Games, or just Forgotten Games in general, in which I talk about some old but not necessarily lost games. So let me know what you guys think about that idea down below. Is this a series you'd be interested in seeing? But yeah, I just thought I'd share this game, and back to the lost media. Our next and final lost game is Skylanders Lost Islands. Now the name is kind of ironic, but this game was one of the many Skylanders mobile games that Activision ended up publishing in order to promote their franchise. If you don't know, Skylanders was a Toys to Life game franchise that started in 2011 and ended in 2016. You would basically grab these toy figurines called Skylanders and place them on a portal that was connected to your console, and this would bring the toys to life inside the game. Now this was pretty mind-blowing to a lot of kids at the time, and it still is pretty cool, but because of the success of this franchise, Activision decided to expand to the mobile space, creating some spin-offs of the Skylanders games and even porting a couple of full Skylanders games onto the iPad. But today we're talking about Skylanders Lost Islands. The main plot of this game is that some people got their village destroyed by the main villain, Chaos, and you had to help them build the village back up. It was very much in line with a trend in mobile gaming at the time, which were these kind of village building games. A lot, and I mean a lot, of different franchises were joining this trend and making their own versions of these games themed to fit their own franchises. I remember playing a game similar to this one that was about Shrek and another one that was about Smurfs. I actually found the games I was talking about. It was Smurfs Village and Shrek's Fairy Tale Kingdom. And interestingly enough, Smurfs Village was actually the highest grossing iPhone game in 2010. Beating Angry Birds. So yeah, I mean, I guess the games were pretty popular. But why is Shrek making that face? So naturally, Skylanders got their turn, and in 2012, Skylanders Lost Islands was released. Gameplay wise, it wasn't really similar to the other Skylanders games, and it was, in every meaning of the word, a spin-off, but it had its own charm and a community that loved the game. But unfortunately, in 2017, the game was removed from the App Store and support for the game ended. But if I know anything about the Skylanders community, it's that they will fight for their franchise. And so in 2023, 6 years after the game was taken down, the game was successfully archived and you can now play it once again. As far as I know, the game is fully playable on BlueStacks, which is an Android emulator, and I believe it's also playable on Android phones, but I'm not too sure about iPhone. You may need to jailbreak your device in order to get it to work. But it's great to see that the game is back up and running for a lot of people. If there's anything we've learned from this video and the past mobile game lost media videos, it's that a lot of the times that mobile games became lost, it's because the companies behind them ended support for them, which kinda sucks. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought about these lost mobile games. Have you played any of them, or do you remember seeing someone else playing any of them? If so, let me know down in the comments below, and also leave a comment with any recommendations of games you'd like me to cover in the next video. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, it would really help me out a lot. See ya!